channel on YouTube. I know it's true. You don't even have to convince me. nicksrambleasmr, it's so happy to see you here, my friend. I wanted to talk to you about a little special indie, a film that maybe you have never heard of, that maybe, is going under your radar, and that's where I come in because, Nick, that's me. I'm in third person. I'm gonna keep things fresh and real with you always. And there's this really interesting film that's a remake, basically, of a 2004 hit called Mean Girls. Mean Girls, not Good Girls, but Mean Girls. And oh, you've heard of it? Oh my god, cool. Oh, let's chat about it. Yeah. Okay, well, so you know that there's an original, right? Okay, perfect. So there was an original in early 2000s with our girl, Lindsay Lohan, Queen Bee. She kind of went off the tracks in the 2010s, but, back in her prime era, being famous, I think, is very, very hard. So, but anyways, going back to that, we have her, Amanda Seyfried, I might be butchering these, and we have the beautiful, the amazing Rachel McAdams. Wing, wing, ding, ding, ding. We have a winner, a winner, a winner, a winner, a winner. So, we're going to talk about it. I hope that I preface this. If you have not watched Mean Girls, the most recent new movie, which came out in 2024, that is what I'm going to be talking about right now. I'm going to be basically giving you my thoughts. We're going to chat about the movie. I love doing this with my friends, and I love doing this with you guys because you guys are my friends. So if you plan on watching the movie and you don't want any spoilers, save this video for later. Watch the film and come back. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you. I'll just be here waiting for you. But if you've already seen it, or you aren't gonna see it, or you don't care about spoilers, stick around, my friend, because this video is gonna be for you. I have my booklets. So I really love film and TV, and I'm trying to get better at this. So I'm just gonna read off some little facts. Not really. It's just gonna be like, the credits. So let's just talk about it. So Mean Girls, the 2004 one, is based off of. It's directed by Samantha Jane and Arturo Perez Jr. Directed by two people. No wonder it might have been kind of a shit show. We're gonna get into it in a sec. But it was written by the lovely Tina Fey, who wrote the original Mean Girls, and she also did the musical. So I don't know if you know, there's the movie in the early 2000s, and then there's also the musical that came out in the 2010s on Broadway. She's in charge of all that. The cast includes Angourie Rice, who plays Katie Heron, Renee Rapp, who's Regina George, Aluli Cravello, who plays Janice, Jaquel Spivey, who plays Damien, Avantika, who plays Karen. We have B.B. Woods, who plays Gretchen, and we have Christopher Briney, who plays Aaron Samuels. Yeah, let's get into it. So, sorry, I thought there was a buzzing. This film was kind of crazy. I went into it knowing it was going to have musical elements, but I want to talk to you about what your opinions are. First off, these are my opinions. Tell me yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film? Did you not? I went in with my friend yesterday, and the audience was all middle school girls. And I've never really been in a film before with the audience where everyone's just talking nonstop during the entire thing. So I thought that was like a little bit interesting. Like literally during the entire film, everyone was talking the entire time. So it was actually kind of fun. But I don't know, was it like that where everyone was cheering, everyone was gasping, and some people were even laughing. So I thought it was really interesting that we open up to Katie, who's in Africa, and the first musical numbers are basically friends on her first day in school. You kind of notice, as most musicals do, that musicals and musical numbers, like a lot happens in, a lot happens basically in the songs, like a whole couple of scenes will occur, and that's what musicals do. Musicals, like, things happen in them. Some songs are like just feeling based, but not in this movie. No. So we follow Katie as, she basically goes to school for the first time after being homeschooled. She meets, she's in the cafeteria and she meets, first she ends up eating alone, and basically, Damien and Janice, who, this is so different. I never saw the musical, so let me know if this is also in the musical as well. But, Janice and Damien basically narrate the entire film. It's like from their perspective almost, which I thought was really strange. I kind of liked it, but I also missed in the original film, Katie is the voiceover. She tells you everything, and it feels more personal, feels more like you're in her mind versus like Janice and Damien. You're kind of like, oh, we're on the outskirts of what's going on versus being inside. So off the bat, I wasn't really a huge fan of that, but I thought the girl, oh my god, I thought they were both amazing singers. They basically were the leads. I really think like Katie Heroin, remember Katie Heroin, that was like, at least that her name was the substance. That was funny. But they basically were the leads besides Katie, I think. So we know the whole story, like, how like Regina George. Okay, so we're just gonna, I thought the music was good, but what I thought was kind of a little bit, I thought it was kind of all over the place. I was talking with a friend, and she saw the musical, and she kind of hoped that it would be both, that it would just be the musical. Unfortunately, she felt like it was trying to be the film and the musical at the same time. Katie's first song, where she's, trying to go from Africa to school. My friend was so funny. One I went with, she sings, and then there's a break, and she like ends up at outside school, and then after like a 10-second break, the song keeps going, and he was like, "Oh man, I thought it was over." He's like, "Wait, why?" He's like, "Why does it keep going? Why does it keep going? Keep going?" The movie, did you notice this? I thought it had a lot of like funny jumps from, film, and then the lights would change, it would go into song. The camera angles were weird. They had one where it was like really close on Katie's face, and these are all moments where the audience like laughed instead of like, and laughed at them. So, I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, wait, sorry, I'm gonna change this light. I don't know why, it's just doing something to me. Okay, and it was interesting. We also talked about, sorry, this is kind of not gonna be in chronological order, because I think you know what happens in Mean Girls, right? Like, Katie gets abducted, gets inducted to the popular girls table, and she basically joins their group and tries to, ruin their lives because they ruined Janice's, which is pretty malicious if you think about it, but it happens. And what I don't get is, if this is the same school and Tina Fey is the same teacher, how is she still surprised by Katie? Like, Katie from Kenya, like, excuse me, like, wouldn't you be like, oh my god, there was another Katie from Kenya that also spelled that name like 10-20 years ago? But no, she acts like nothing happened, which I thought was very weird. I also thought it was weird how, did you notice this, that some of the costumes were the exact same, like this film had some of the exact iconic lines, same iconic lines. get in loser, and somebody said something at the lunch table as well. I thought it was very, I knew getting into it that it was going to be a duplicate of Mean Girls, but sitting down and watching a duplicate of not the actual original thing, but a wannabe, get it, so funny, it was really difficult for me to kind of enjoy it because it felt like they were ripping off Mean Girls, the original one, but also trying to be different, but also like not being original, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. I thought, let me go back to my notes, I thought the characters were all, the actors were pretty decent. Katie couldn't sing, like, it felt like she was on autotune, and it was weird, like, that song where she's like obsessed with Aaron Samuels, and she's just like standing watching him. I was like, this is so cringy. Everyone in the theater was laughing, which is really unfortunate because you kind of hope that everyone would be really into it, but it was just a little cringe. I thought Avantika, who played Karen, was phenomenal. I literally thought she was the funniest Karen, and this is, you can quote me, but I think our Karen might be better than Amanda Seyfield's in the original Mean Girls. I think they knew they got talent with her, and then they were like, we're gonna give her more like funny beats. Amanda Seyfield, she's funny, but the way she plays it is she's very like not even aware of herself. I guess Avantika was also like that, but I thought the jokes were like a lot funnier because it's like no one really paid attention to her, but I guess no one really paid attention to Amanda either. I loved the song Sexy. I thought that was really good. That dance sequence in the house. So Sexy happens right when they're at when they're at Katie's party. No, it's the Halloween party. And it's about how everyone dresses sexy and everything. And the fact that she did that all in one take. Like, a lot of the musical numbers were done in one take, where it was just like the camera following the actor around. She nailed it. She literally acted her ass off. It was comically funny. It was, you didn't get bored of it. Versus when I saw Katie singing, they had so many different cuts, and like she just wasn't that good live, to be honest. I thought Damien was amazing. Apparently Damien is Tony nominated, and the girl that played Janice played Moana, which is kind of crazy. So we got some really talented people. Obviously Renee Rapp, so let me know how you know Renee Rapp down below. I think she was on Sex Lives of College Girls. I might be making that up, but she was an actress, right? She's blowing up, but she's really big. She's now going to turn into a musician. She's already a musician, but she's going to focus her time on music. And she's like a bi icon, which we support, right? Because we love those type of people. We love people on this channel that are authentically themselves. And by doing so, allow everyone else around them to be themselves as well. So I love like being able to love different types of people. Iconic. And she was phenomenal. I thought she was great as Regina George. I just wish, and I was talking to my friend about this, we wish she was meaner. We wish she was meaner. Because if you think about it, she really was not that mean in the film. She was not that mean in the film. The only things that she did that were kind of mean was like she made fun of her friends, but only in their close circle. Like she didn't do anything in public. She didn't humiliate anyone really, and so because of that, you're kind of like, why does everyone think she's mean? I also thought it was interesting how I'm jumping all the way around, but we just lost some iconic bits. We lost the cell phone, the phone conversation. I also thought it was interesting why they didn't, they skipped some lines like the line of like, who's ever been victimized by Regina George, can you put your hand up? And I think stating it would be hard to forgive them in the end, and they wanted to make sure their characters are forgiven. My friend also said that, because she was watching TikToks on it, which I thought was interesting too, was the fact that maybe they didn't want to ruin the characters. They didn't want, to cancel the characters if they were, if they were really, because think about it, if you move the characters from the 2000s up to now, the characters in the 2000s were pretty offensive. Like, absurdly, they were it was campy. It was very much like, these are your popular girls who everyone hates, but they secretly like, but they are just terrible people, and then you learn to love them. If you put that now, the terrible people would be people that are like not woke, people that are not like PC, people that don't understand what's going on around them, and they didn't do that. Instead, they kept the absurdity of the 2000s, which is, oh my god, we're dumb and we don't want to get fat and like blah 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 blah, which is very overrated or outdated, considering that everything in this film is now present day. So everything else in the present day is like the telephones and like TikTok, but they should have moved the characters different as well. They should have made them like less PC, less woke, more like what would be more charged, making fun of like someone's disability, or like it's hard to translate, right? Because they wouldn't want to like remake the movie, which I get, because it's Mean Girls, right? So they didn't want to do that, but they were lacking something. And in the original Mean Girls, the whole story, like, message was that everyone can be a mean girl. Even Lindsay Lohan, even Katie could be a mean girl. Even Janice is a mean girl. Everyone can be a mean girl. And that's kind of what Tina Fey's teacher character reveals. Is like, everyone's been mean to each other, and it's about, not being a victim and taking action, and you have to actively not be a mean girl, and it's not worth being a mean girl. That is like the message. But in this film, no one was actually mean. So it's like, jeez. And yeah, like, don't you think, also, can we just talk about Aaron Samuels? This could be weird because I think he's 18. I don't know if he's underage, so forgive me. But he's not hot. Aaron Samuels is not hot. Aaron Samuels in the 2000s, also, this could be very, very opinionated, so don't come at me. But the cast in the 2000s was way hotter, way more attractive, everyone, than this cast now. And I don't mean they're not, like, everyone, is pretty and everything, but back then, I don't know what it was, but they were just like, you're like, holy crap, they're gorgeous people. You would get a crush on them too, but in this one, it also might be like, I'm older, I get that. Like, maybe the young people, they would get crushes on the people, but it felt like they were more pushing towards diversity and inclusion instead of like hotness. And Mean Girls kind of like bolstered the social norms and the social stigmas of like white beauty, and you could tell in this movie they did not want to uphold that at all, and they, even if it was to the detriment of the story itself, because everyone in their group doesn't look, they're all like diverse, and they don't look alike. Okay, I'm back. Because everyone in the film is diverse and they don't look alike. So, I don't know, I kind of felt like, what I felt like? I was just kind of thinking about this right now. Earlier, it kind of felt like it was one of those movies where everyone was cast individually and then they weren't cast together, and so everyone works together as their own character but not in a cohesive group. Like, it didn't feel like the Plastics were actually a group, versus you could tell in the original they were. I think it might be something with the casting. Maybe they didn't do screen tests, or they did, but then on the day, which is when they film, like we call it on day in entertainment, the direction probably was scattered bet you they were super high budget. They had so many people on set. They had people bringing people to sets, away from sets, and they worked like clockwork, and they probably didn't have a lot of time to rehearse or to really reimagine the characters in the scenes and then their dynamics. So it felt like it fell flat. It honestly felt like everyone was really good, but like not together, in my opinion. And obviously it's a fun movie, like, right? Like, I don't know about you, I had fun like watching the musicals and everything, but like at the end I kind of walked away being like, that was that. This also comes after watching Poor Things and other like really incredible films, so I know it's supposed to be doing something different than all those, but it was just interesting. But yeah, Aaron Samuels was not hot at all. I do not understand why Katie had a crush on him. Wow, is he special? No idea. He doesn't sing, which in the musical apparently he sings, and just crazy. I will tell you some things I loved. Oh my god, I don't know why I found this so freaking funny. You know when Katie is getting the crown, and she's like, I think I got voted because everyone thinks I pushed someone in front of a bus. I love that Regina says, no, she didn't push me. The bus pushed me. She's like, she didn't push me. The bus pushed me. The bus pushed me. Which I thought was really, really funny. I liked that she was on drugs. I thought it was hilarious. I wish there was more for her. Regina George, like, Renee Rapp was great, but it just felt like there was no growth in the characters. Whereas Mean Girls there was, and I don't know how to explain it, but there just was. You kind of missed like a lot of the beats, I guess. I think because so much happens in the music, during the songs, and it's so rushed that you kind of don't get to feel it. And in film, you really want to feel the beats. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. What was your favorite moment? What was your least favorite moment? Do you agree with me? Do you love this film? I give this film 2 stars out of 5. It was just an impulse rating after, but I am glad I saw it. The audience was fun to be around, but it just like, I felt like the movie was made just to make money, to be real. It didn't really offer that much of a takeaway. I felt like it was a little bit of a waste of time. I'm sorry I said that, but you know, I said it. So, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I think I put text up in front. I'm going to read you some fun facts about Mean Girls, the original movie. So, let's get into it. So, fact number 1 about the original Mean Girls is Tim Meadows' hand was actually broken during filming, which is why he wears a cast in the movie. He was the love interest to Tina Fey's character, which I loved in this most recent movie, how they were living together. It's so cute. Okay. Number 2, Lindsay Lohan originally wanted to play Regina George. After Freaky Friday became a big hit, studio executives insisted that Lindsay play the lead, Katie. Number 3, Alec Baldwin's character in Glengarry Glen Ross was considered a template for Regina George. Alec's brief but impactful performance as the motivational speaker from hell. Blake is famously aggressive, and the filmmakers even told Rachel McAdams to watch it. Excuse me. That's cool, I never heard of it. Number 4. Also, apologies if you hear my laptop. It loves to make noise. Number 4. Amy Adams is only 7 years older than her fictional daughter, Rachel McAdams. In fact, the costume designers had to cleverly figure out how to make Amy look like an older woman, dressing young like a teenager without just making her look like a teenager. Seyfried, that's how you say her name, almost played Regina. The producers loved Amanda. Here, my turn. The producers loved Amanda but felt Rachel's audition fit better for the role. It was Lorne Michaels' idea to cast Amanda as Karen. That's actually kind of cool. Number 6, just like her character Karen, Amanda Seyfield, Fred really can stick her fist in her mouth. During a Mean Girls themed quiz with Radio Times, Amanda actually demonstrated this talent. That is talent for sure. I cannot do that. Number 7. According to Tina Fey, Gretchen's speech about the plastics rules is lifted straight out of the book Queen Bees and Wannabes. This is the title of the nonfiction book that Tina Fey used as inspiration for the movie. Yeah, it was based off of a book, which was pretty cool. Number 8. Lacey Chabert, who played Gretchen Wieners, turned 21 years old while they were filming the movie. The crew brought out a cake for her while they were shooting the mall scene and embarrassed her in the best way possible. 9. Janice Ian is also the name of a famous singer from the 1970s whose song is featured in the movie. She wrote the song at 17, which plays when Regina is crying about being half a virgin. 10. Talk to me again and I'll kick your ass is producer Lawrence Michaels' favorite line in the movie. This line is said by a character called Kristen Hadley, one of the members of the Lady Lions lacrosse team. That's so funny. 11. And by the way, the kid that Kristen Hadley makes out with right after talking to Katie. Oh, well, this was actually his first kiss in real life. Oh my god, to be honest, I hate it when they force actors kiss for the first time. That's so much. The person they're talking about, if you don't remember, is they do it in the musical, or in the movie. It's right when Katie goes to her first class, and you know how that couple makes out right in front of her, steals her seat and stuff. It's that, but in the original movie. Okay, number 12. According to Waters, one of Katie's math league teammates is actually meant to be Drang Pak's brother. Oh my god, that's so funny. His name is Tim Pak, and we bet you never noticed his name sign. Okay, so Tim Pak is... So, remember when the girl is hooking up with, like, the teacher? I think it's, you know, in the original film, they, like, upstairs or whatever. No, oh my god, it's... Wait, what is it? Oh, yeah, so it's... Okay, so the perm book, and then you hear, like, there's this girl that's, like, hooking up with the teacher. With Coach, what's his face? Her brother is on the, is Katie's teammate, on the math league teammate. That's like a little secret Easter egg. Very fun. Number 13, Tina said Shane Omen, Regina's boyfriend after Aaron, is actually named after a stage manager at Second City. Tina was a performer at Second City in Chicago in the 90s, where, of course, she met her BFF, Amy Poehler. I actually didn't know that. That's pretty cool. 14, Glen Coco is named after a real-life friend of Tina's from home. Apparently, Tina's all about the awesome personal shout-outs. 15, speaking of Glen Coco, he was played by Canadian actor David Reel, who had actually auditioned for another role in the movie. And it turns out he's quite famous in Canada, even though we never see his face in Mean Girls. Can someone tell me? I kind of missed the inside joke about Glen Coco. If you know it, like, can you tell us in detail down below? Because, like, they said Glen Coco in the new movie, but he was never seen. Okay, number 16. This deleted awkward shopping scene between Katie and her mom was actually Tina's favorite. So there's a scene that was deleted. We're not going to watch it. 17. The ugliest effing skirt moment was in so adorable. That is the ugliest skirt, the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen. See, like, we don't have those in the movie where they, like, talk crap. Tina explained my mom has this habit that if she sees a lady in a really ugly hat or a glittery sweater or shirt, she'll go, "I love your shirt." And I'll say, "Mom, that's really mean." And she'll say, "Clearly she wanted someone to notice that shirt. She picked it out. It was a huge teddy bear on it." 18. Costume designer Mary Jane Fort got yearbooks from small towns to research what kids in those schools would be wearing. They wanted to figure out what teens who didn't live in Los Angeles or New York would be wearing in order to give their styles an authentic feel. That's cool. 16. Lindsay Lohan had over 50 costume changes throughout the movie. Mary Jane Fort estimates it was somewhere around 59, while the other girls had over 30. 20. And this was Mark Walters. Okay. Least favorite outfit I can't show you. I am gonna do the last one. And finally, this is, it shows you Tina Fey's thing. Tina Fey said that she and Amy Poehler coached Kevin Knapour on his rapping, which is really fun. The guy that does his rapping. So, that's some fun facts about Mean Girls, the original film. Thanks for chilling here at Louis. Tell me your thoughts down below. I want to hear it from you. We would love for you to support this channel